Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing okay, man. Hope you guys are staying safe, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a dust storm right now. It's pretty wild and it's pretty crazy. But
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, so my cousin's here in town, man, all the way from Dallas, Texas. He came to come see me and he wanted to be on the Beat Right Show.
I sure did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eric Torres. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Eric, for being on here.
Thank you for inviting me.
That's crazy. It's crazy how you came all the way over here just to see me.
Yeah, just you, Brian. Just you.
So how you been, Eric, dude? How's everything? How's life? How you been up to?
Man. Yeah, everything's been good, man. I know it's been a long time since I've been back in Amarillo. Man, I don't know how long has it been? Like 10 years, 12 years? Somewhere around that time.
Whenever you moved, okay, so you lived here, right? And then you moved.
Yeah.
And then after that, you moved. You never came back, huh?
No.
Like
No.
at all, huh?
No, I remember, okay, I was born here.
Yes.
I moved when I was 8. Been in Dallas ever since. I came back my senior year. I went from Arlo Turner.
Yes.
Then I went to Caprock High and here in Amarillo, and then graduated 09, and I was in Amarillo for 4 years, and then I left, and from then I just haven't been back. Okay. So it's been like what, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 around that year. Dang. Yeah.
You were just in Dallas this whole time. You didn't. That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. I didn't even think about that. Dang. Welcome home, Eric.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome home. What's changed in Amarillo since you've driven here?
Oh, everything, dude. There's a Buc-ee's here in Amarillo now, guys. So if you love Buc-ee's is right here. I got me a pork sandwich, a turkey sandwich, got me some chips, got me a little bit of everything. Good coffee, too.
We got some coffee. It was pretty interesting.
Good coffee. I've been drinking a lot of coffee since I've been back.
We was interesting because we went and it was like a good vibe. Like as soon as we walked in, we're like,
yeah,
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, like the first thing I did when I got here, I stayed at a friend's house, so I appreciate you for letting me stay. And then I've been here with you since. But I got breakfast burritos from Lupita's. It's been years since I had that. I like the chile verde and then beef and potato. So that was my breakfast for Amarillo's first meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were just like, I'm home.
I'm home.
I'm home. He's here out of town visiting. You're not the only one that's coming out of town that's coming to see me. I got a person from California that's on her way over here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's going to be an interesting one. Another one from New Mexico. He's going to come back over here.
Yeah.
Manos will be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm really happy that you're here, dude. So I wanted to just kind of ask you, like, growing up, dude, or like the memories here that you can tell me. What was your like favorite memory here in Amarillo that you can tell me that you remember?
Man, when we were kids, man, we wrestled.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, we had a lot of wrestling times,
Oh,
we were into Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, some of the great luchas.
I forgot all about that. Well, I didn't forget, but like that was like, God, we used to do backyard wrestling. You and me, remember that?
Dude, we used real chairs.
We used to play video games and create our characters.
We made a rap song about wrestling too. Yeah, remember that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere.
Somewhere in the archives.
somewhere. I forgot. Oh man. We were trying to be rappers back in, we were kids when rap was a big old deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! And then we were like, your dad was like, "I'm gonna send to Rey Mysterio. We're gonna get famous." Like, yeah. And then I don't know what happened. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Hey, yeah.
So Eric, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I got one brother, one sister, and then I got a half brother. We're still trying to figure out if he is a half brother, but I think he is a brother because he looks exactly like me when I was a kid, and I seen his baby pictures and then mine. So his name is Nick Sanchez, and he's in here in Amarillo. He's been living here. He's got kids. He's married. Hey, I'm happy for him. Yeah, he actually has he followed my dad's footsteps in music as well.
Oh, yeah?
He's a rapper actually.
Oh wow.
And I forgot the name, but Masquerades or something like that. Like that's his name on his profile whenever he be online or something. But yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I never, like I said, I never met him before, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I've only met him one time. It was before I even moved back to Dallas. You know, like when I went back, and I just messaged him. Like I messaged him like maybe like a year or two before. Like it was like probably my freshman year, and then he never wrote me back, and the message just stayed in the pending. You know, it just stayed pending, and then from that time, I messaged him like when I was already here in Amarillo. Again, I'm like, hey, bro, look, like here's my story. Let me know if it adds up, because my dad used to be a musician too, and if your mom told you that my dad was a musician, then there's a strong possibility that we are, and the stories aligned. You know, like how like my uncle Artio Chuy, he met his mom at a Walmart, and she gave him a picture of my brother, supposedly, you know, and he gave him a picture of him. I think when he graduated,
Yeah.
and that was when I was in middle school. That's when I first heard about him and seen a picture of him, and so ever since I've been like, you know what, I want to get to know him, because one, if he is my brother, I gotta figure out if he is or not. If he's not, his family, cool. You know, it's good to have family around. Got nothing but love, respect for everybody that I meet. But it was good talking to him. I met him and his son. He invited me into his house, and we chilled just for a night. We had a couple beers.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, okay. Whenever you, Eric, so whenever you came here, dude, when you went to Dallas, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What was that like? What'd you do from there on, Dallas, and then, you know what I mean? After high school, what'd you do over there, and, you know, the lifestyle, like
Just
work?
work, man. Like it was nothing but work. I jumped from job to job. Try to stay busy with work. Been in several relationships, you know. Um, but sometimes things don't work out in life, and you just gotta find your way in life, and like that's where I'm at right now in life, where I'm still discovering myself. Even after all these years after high school, you're still trying to do better for yourself. I do try to stay busy now these days. Try to work. Like I went to school for barber. I did that for a bit, and I do haircuts every now and then whenever it comes down to friends or family. Hey, you need it? Cool, got them. And then right now, I started doing a more. I'm leaning more towards mobile detailing. So like I'm still learning. You know, it's there, but I've had a couple customers come to me and they enjoyed that.
Memories. So, Eric, let's talk about this one. So we'll get into the music side first. So tell me about your dad, like on that stuff. Tell me about that side of story, all that you know about.
Okay, so if nobody really knows, my dad, he used to be a musician back in the day. Like I said earlier, he met Selena, and long story short, before he met Selena, he's been making music since he was like 16. You know, like 16, 17 years old. All our tios, they play music, I guess, because my dad put them on or something, you know. And like from the stories that my dad's told me, from the stories that all our tios told us, they started like young, you know, like very like they didn't know how to play.
Yeah.
They just listened to this type of music back in the style in the early 70s, 80s, whatever they had. And there was a style to it. It was good, you know. It was good music. Music was barely growing, you know. 90s and 2000s, it's got better over time. But he met Selena when he was Prisa Marina.
So that was the group first, right?
That was the first group.
The first group.
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Prisa Marina. They were with what was the name? Ramex. It was like a record studio or something. And then after meeting Selena, I guess they signed over to Q Productions with AB Quintanilla and Selena Los Dinos at that time.
Yeah.
And they went on tour. So like my dad opened up for them, and there's pictures of my dad and Selena out there.
There's video.
There's video. If you go on YouTube, there's a Selena Presenta Oxígeno. That's how. If you go on YouTube, Selena Presenta Oxígeno, and one of the songs is Tu Pelo Tu Piel that he performs when Selena's on Johnny Canales show.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's proof. Trust me. There's a lot of proof out there.
Yeah, and then there's a video of when they were opening up. There's video on Selena. AB Quintanilla in the video. You see AB right there. Like they're like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, oh, you trying to record this for your fame and todo, you know, like I'm like, yeah, why not?
We it's because where I work, there was this guy that was all like, "Hey, because he was putting on Oxygen,
Yeah.
Tiki Boom, it was a really good song. He puts it on, and I was like, dude, I like that song. My uncle, they sing that song. He's all like, wait a minute, your uncle? Are you related to Javier Torres? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, he's my uncle. He was a drummer. He was a guitar.
Yeah.
Really? So y'all related? He's like, yeah, he's my uncle. Dude, I used to love Oxygen. I remember we were really back in the 90s. He said,
Yeah.
back in the 90s, bro. We used to go to the shows all the time.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. So, but we were like
Yeah.
2, 3.
Dude, then the latest, it's not most recent, but the latest I seen like fans when we used to live here in Amarillo. I remember just going to Walmart. Me and my dad, we're just walking in there. We're in the frozen section, and random fans just recognized my dad. They're like, oh, he's still like he's recognizable because he was like from here, from the Panhandle. He got big from here.
Yeah.
So that's when it all started, like around that time when the Messalina. So yeah, it was interesting to see that because one, I didn't think he was so famous, but he's still not like in the famous level like Selena.
Yeah.
Selena famous, and then but he did do a good little run when in the early '90s. So I'm proud of him. That's a good achievement that he's done in his life. So I'm proud of him on that, and I've always looked up to him whenever it comes down to music like that.
Yeah.
And so it's there.
Yeah. When did that all start? Finish? You remember? Do you know what year that all just kind of faded out?
I guess when Selena died, man.
Yeah.
That's something I want to know. Like growing up, it's been like I'm 33 now, so I've heard stories. It's not like I was there and saw the whole thing. I don't know what happened. Like I really don't know nothing. I've heard stories from here and there from all our uncles. They told us what happened, how they met him. My dad's told me like how he met. Sometimes just telling jokes that he said to A.B. Quintanilla, and they all laughed because you know how my dad is. He's a jokester, so he likes to have fun. He's enjoying his beer or whatever. But it's the stories that I've heard. I want to know if it's true. I want to know if there's video of her carrying me when I was a baby. Because growing up, I used to tell people like, yeah, Selena met me. She held me and all this stuff. I don't even know if it's true. I would just be telling them. So it's funny.
Well, your dad has
My dad.
He has a photo of her, him and her, like an actual one.
Yeah. There's a picture of her and my dad together. So I have it on my Instagram, or not my Instagram, my TikTok. Yeah. And I recently posted. Can I post my name on here? Or
yeah, you can
my TikTok name is Eric.Torres446. So y'all want to follow me? The picture's on there. And you'll see a picture of Selena, and then the song "Jiki Tiki Boom." I had recently posted it on there. I haven't really. I'm not very active on social media like I used to when I was younger, but I don't mind people just checking him out.
Links in the description down below if you want to follow.
Yeah, and then you could also go on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. All his music is on there. Prisa Marina's on iTunes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and so is on Spotify and Pandora.
Really?
Yeah, so you could listen to all his music, like Prisa Marina and Oxígeno. Everything's on there.
Did you put it on there or what?
No, not me. I don't know who put it up there.
Oh, you know what?
So,
probably one of the
record labels or something.
Treviso, Rene, I think.
Rene, maybe Rene, because Rene is he's been a big fan of my dad. Like even then
he still plays.
Yeah, like I respect him because he has his music. I think he has like 95.6 in McAllen, Texas, or something. That's own radio station. I don't remember the station. I'm just I think that's what it is. But he's there. He's always not. I don't know, performing.
I don't know. I mean, we were young because I don't know what they all do now. You know what I mean?
Everybody's just grown apart. We're all grown apart. We all live our new lives. Like we got families. Everybody's got families now. So it's great that everybody's like growing in life. So I've seen a lot of good things from family and friends. So it's good.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about him. I know I've met him. I know he came to family reunion sometime one time many years ago. I know that song "Jiki Tiki Boom." So far I've heard 2 bands cover that song.
Yeah, I've heard like if you even go on YouTube, it's just random artists and they just change the style just a little bit, but it's exact same words. None of it's changed at all. And I'm like, that's great. People still recognize my dad's music. They love his music. That's why they're performing it. That's great. Like, let them. I don't even know if my dad's getting any more royalties from the music, but that's something I've always wanted to know. Like, I want to know the story when my dad was Selena and Los Dinos. I want to know what happened, like the good and the bad, because obviously, like during the hard times, I'm assuming that they like backed away from all the bands that AB Quintanilla signed over. You know, like I really don't know. Like I know there was a lawsuit that I heard about, and I don't know the details on that very clearly, but I do remember that.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, hopefully we find out sometime. Yolanda's getting out of prison here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, she is. She is. Isn't it this year?
It's this month, I think, or next
This month?
It's really close.
Damn.
Yeah, it is this year though. I just don't know.
Damn. I want to know if she carried me too. I want to know. I want to know a lot of things. Like, damn, I had Selena's murderer carry me too.
Oh,
Imagine.
God.
That'd be crazy.
That's awful.
uh,
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I was a kid whenever all that happened. Like when she passed and stuff, man. I didn't know. My mom. They said it was all over the news and everything was a big old thing. But I mean, just I don't know. They were talking up. So what's interesting about that was Selena was on the. She was on like YouTube, like reaction channels and stuff. And one of the people were telling me like what could have been. You know what I'm saying? If she was still around, which is kind of sad because that kind of music and what she did was growing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
in the
growing.
90s, and you know what could have happened if she was still around, continuing that. You know what I mean?
Man,
it's kind of sad, huh? And then you know what? If she was still around, what how far she would have gone? You know what I mean?
She could have gone pretty far. I don't doubt that at all. Because one, everybody loved her at the time. I feel like you know how some people believe when people like famous artists they die, their music blows up because they show a lot of love and support for her, you know, and that's what really made her even more famous is her legacy. And the fact that AB Quintanilla made her legacy live on even after she passed away, like people still jam her music, man. Like they still love her music this day until this day. Just put that on, and it's just memories because one, that's all we have is just memories of how she was, how great she was. The Selena movie that Jennifer Lopez was in, that was a great movie. You know, everybody cried when that movie happened. Like real footage, you see the real footage on how when she passed away. Which rest in peace. You know, pay respects to her. Pero there's a lot of great moments that she had when she was alive, and there's stories that my dad and Theos told me about her. So those are personal like memories for me that I remember, you know. So it's good stories. They weren't bad. She told me, my dad told me that there's a canción that Selena told my dad that she said that she made it. My dad made her cry. It's called Recuerdos de Mamá. I don't know, like if you go on Oxígeno, if you go on YouTube, you could find it. It's called Recuerdos de Mamá. And that one made Selena cry. Because it's a beautiful song and my dad sings it. So I'm like, to have that much like feeling like your soul into a song and people listen to it, like you could really relate to that shit. Sorry.
We're way past. You know what I mean?
Okay. But yeah, it's great to hear on the music when people really feel the song. And I feel like a lot of the music that we have now these days, you don't get that. A lot of music has died down on feeling. It's all about money and showing off, and I get that that's what rap is about in a sense, but there's also different stories, and that's what I love about music.
Hey, how come? So how come you never went? How come you never pursued the music stuff? Didn't you try?
I did try, and I do sing every now and then. You know, I sing in the shower by myself and stuff. Sometimes whenever
He raps and everything.
sometimes, I don't know, man. I do like singing. I'm more shy. I don't like to get myself out there. I feel sometimes when I sing, I have the same voice as my dad. Mine is just a little bit deeper, but I feel like I got a good song, good voice.
Good voice.
Yeah, I feel like I got a good voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe it. You know, it's interesting because, like, you know, your dad and our uncles. Our uncle, we have an uncle that still makes music.
Yeah, Tío Jorge.
Yeah, he still makes music. He still travels, goes to churches. He does
Yeah.
that style.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because he had his group, and then, you know, your uncles had our group, and it's interesting because they all, you know, they did their, you know, your dad did their thing, and then our uncle did their own thing, and then it just
Yeah.
kind of. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is we have a music background, all of us do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean,
Yeah.
we have a couple cousins that actually knows how to sing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, actually, I know there's some cousins that you like, you probably like, you know, and they have that talent of singing, and
Yeah.
they're really good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have like a DJ that's our cousin. You know what I'm saying? That he actually plays like, you know, music and stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He does all that stuff. But we have like a pretty interesting and a pretty strong music background and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether singing, musician, and
Most of my primos and primas, they sing. And I be hearing prima Esmeralda.
yes. Oh yeah,
Dude,
she can.
she could sing.
Her and her sister can sing. Yeah, they're really
Dude,
good.
yeah, they could sing. I love whenever they sing. I be watching her videos, and I don't think she knows that I be liking her videos. But like, it's just like I don't even get on social media like that. But whenever I see her sing every now and then on Facebook, it's like, okay, cool, she jamming.
I just love her energy.
Yeah.
Esmeralda. So I'll text her daughter and be like, "Hey, dude, I love your mom. Just letting you know, I like her energy."
Yeah.
Send, and then you just reply, lol, smiley face.
Yeah,
Because she has good energy.
she does.
She's the heart of the family.
Yeah, I like when George sings too.
Yeah, they know how to sing.
Yeah,
they all know how to sing.
I remember when my dad was on the album with Tío Jorge and Little George.
Yeah.
And dude, I heard him sing. I love the music they were there. I remember it's an entire day. It took us all day to get done with the music, and it was really fun. It was there. So I got to hear that.
Yeah, there's some good times, man. There's some good times. I wish we can see each other again. I wish there was a family. Someone needs to get married, like I was telling Miguel. I was like, somebody needs to get married so we could all get together again.
Yeah.
And our
This time I'll come.
the last one that got married was our Theo Chewy. He got remarried, so, and then all of us got together. We had a good time.
I wanted to come to that, but I couldn't come, man.
Yeah,
I had to work.
Yeah. So next time,
Yeah.
whoever gets married next, we gotta invite everybody so we can all have a good time again. You know what I mean?
We should.
All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to break, and then we're gonna thank our sponsors.
We sure will.
This video, it is not sponsored because no sponsor. All right, Eric. So Eric, real quick, tell me this one. So flash forward, you know what I'm saying? Flash forward to now, the present. Obviously, you know, Shohino's no more, Selena's no more, but you know her legacy still carries on and all that. What I wanted to ask you, Eric, is so you were telling me this. You started a business, right? Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, I started doing mobile detailing. Right now, it's still growing. I'm practically done on getting everything I need for me getting my LLC. I'm thankful for all the customers that came to me, my friends, family that they're like, hey, let me go ahead and clean their cars up, and I was able to do the service pretty well. I have a couple of videos that I have made already, so I could start doing YouTube, you know, like maybe I was just thinking about doing a YouTube account and just upload some of the stuff on my TikTok, Instagram, try to promote it, you know, like I want to start that this year. That's something I do want to do. But also like I'm trying to get back into school as well, you know, just trying to get an education out of it. So if I could have something keep me busy at all times, you know, like just cutting hair, the barber stuff and the detailing, that's something I want to do. But also I still want to get an education on the side just so I could have that security for myself, you know. So okay. I'm very hands-on, so it's like it's not that I'm stuck at what I want to do in life. It's just I'm still experimenting on everything in life that I want to do. And I was able to do like welding back in school. Even outside of school, I did welding a little bit, you know. But there's no certificate. If you know how to do it, do it. You know, like carpentry. I mean, people know how to build houses without even getting a degree, but I mean, people do it.
Okay. No, it's interesting about that because do you have a name for it?
Oh, man, I've had several names. I actually got like 12 names listed that I wanted to name, but I think the one that I really want to stick by is called the Ella. Yeah, Ella's Mobile Detailing. That's what I want to go for. One, because I want to use an elephant to as my logo and washing the car. You know.
Okay. Eric, get your mic and it's rubbing on your beard.
My bad.
So, how long you been doing it for?
Man, I'm barely like a good solid year.
A year?
So, yeah, like no, not a year. It'll be a year in July.
Pull out your phone. Let me see your work so I can show the audience.
Okay. So.
And you have to send it to me, because detailing. Like I remember my nephew did detailing for me, and I was like, damn.
Okay. So there was a lady that when I was doing my friend's vehicle, he the lady saw that I was doing a good work on his car, and she stopped by like, hey, can you do my vehicle? I'm like, yeah, I can. Like I could. It'll take me about an hour, and I was able to do it, knock it out. I can't find the photos. I got it here somewhere.
Get your mic. Your mic's rubbing on your beard.
My bad, guys. My bad.
It's like this. You're doing this here. Yeah, detailing.
My bad. So here is okay. I found it. So I got one when I was vacuuming. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I
but,
can see it.
But like I was extracting from the carpet.
That is dirty. Because when I saw that, I'll show it to him, Eric.
Oh, okay.
I'll show it to him.
Okay,
Don't worry about it. We'll put a clip on him. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and then here's another one for the. This is the after picture for when I got done doing it or on this vehicle. Remember this? I think I showed you this one earlier, but on that one to that red one, and those are the two vehicles that I actually like the most because those are real customers that I drove for a while, like a good drive, and they loved it, you know. So it came out pretty well.
Did you go to their spot? Did you go over there?
Yes, okay. I did. I went to their location and took care of it. One was in Denton, and the other one was in Mesquite. So they're opposite ways. Oh, okay. So it's like driving 45 minutes from if I were to put it like that between their houses.
Hey, but what did you what okay, what was it that okay, oh my gosh. What was it that made you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? What was it? What was the idea? Like, hey, I want to start mobile detailing. What was it that kind of got you there? You know what I mean?
It's man, it was something my dad told me to do when I was younger, you know? And like, hey, mijo, go ahead and do that. It's good money, you know? Like, you just do it yourself. Yeah. And my very first job was actually a car wash. Oh, okay. I worked for a car wash in, I think like 17, 18 years old when I got my first job. Yeah. I forgot when I got it, but that was my very first job. And I started as a vacuum cleaner. And then from there, they moved me to doing drying the cars in the tunnel and stuff. And then from that time, they moved me to the tires section. And then eventually, they're like, once I learned all the areas, they're like, all right, let's see if you know how to do the detailing, like from the inside, like the extracting and all that. So I did that for like about a month. And then after that, I left because I think I moved to Amarillo or I might have got another job. I forgot what I did.
Okay. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool, though, man. How much was that equipment, though? Do you know? Like, how much all of that? What do you need just to do all that? Because like I said, I don't know much all about that.
You just need a vacuum, a couple brushes, some cleaning utensils. You don't need a lot to start out, really. But me personally, like I want to have everything, like so I don't have to use their power. I need a power generator, you know. If I don't want to use their water, I have to get my own water tank, which I already got. The only thing I'm missing is just the power generator, and I already got the extractor. I already got the vacuum cleaner. Those are the major ones I needed. I already got the steamer. There's several things that you could use. You could probably start a detailing business just like starting out less than $100. Oh, wow. Like there's some. It's just the basic things to use your vacuum. To make sure you clean the car on the inside, you got to worry about pet hair. If customers love their pets in the car, you know. Yeah. So eventually, you know how that you have to charge a little bit more just because it has a lot of pet hair or a lot of trash. Yeah. You know, but most of the time, most of the customers they're very, very clean. They try to keep their car clean, so that helps me a lot to clean the car faster.
Okay. That's cool, man. That's what you're doing. That's on the side, huh? Because
Yeah,
you got an actual job, and that's something
yeah,
that would do. So.
yeah. I got a real job. I got a 9 to 5 job.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
9 to 5. I wish I had a 9 to 5 over here.
Well, mine's 7 to 3:30.
No, it's better than what I got.
Yeah.
I'm over here working 12s and extra hours and stuff.
Yeah, and I get Fridays and Saturdays off, so that actually gives me the time to do customers that want to do it on the weekends, you know, and it helps.
Yeah, everything that just kind of upsets me because like everybody has like the weekends off and everyone does the weekends and everyone wants to do the weekends. I'm like, man, I want to do the weekends too. Yeah. I wish I could have every weekend off. I fortunately don't ever get that opportunity. Not all the time. It's very rare that I get the weekend.
I try to take advantage of the weekends. Like right now, like since it started getting warmer, I've been going fishing.
Yeah.
So I have my own fishing rod. I got some of my stuff, and I go fishing. I love fishing.
Okay. It's 'cause where I work, Eric. What annoys me is that like, so I want to have the day off, right? Like, so let's say I want to work overtime, right? Okay. So it's like I want to work overtime, and then for some reason Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday they're always booked for overtime. Always. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday there's always overtime. There's always overtime on those days. I'm like, man. And then whenever we have to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean, of course, there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for overtime, but there's none. Yeah. And I get annoyed. I'm like, dude, come on. So now I have to work the weekend. And then, you know, if I need extra cash, I have to work the weekend. You know what I'm saying? If I have to volunteer to work the weekend to get extra cash. Yeah. That's what annoys me so much. I'm like, dude, it frustrates me.
Yeah. I work for Nebraska Furniture Mart. That's where I work at.
Okay. Well, you don't have to tell me like too much about
it. But like whenever it comes down to overtime there, they let's just say like we've had a shortage of people, you know, people didn't want to show up to work and we get stuck with the work. We if we don't finish on time, we have to stay a little extra time after our time that we're supposed to clock out to finish up the day because it's like a system. They have to go in order so that everybody go home early or stuff, you know. So usually they just hold us up for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and that's about it. Okay. And it's not extra too much, but
okay, that's cool, man. And you're good there. You're good with your mobile detailing. You're good with your personal job.
Yeah,
mixing the money, extra job.
Yeah.
And then also you told me this. So now you're also a barber.
Yes.
Three things at once, guys. Calm down.
It's good side money. It's good side money. I'm not chasing it to be rich right now. It's just getting by, and it's good money because one, over time you could just build on it, and then eventually quit the day job. You know, eventually I'll have the customers. I want to quit my job so I could go ahead and move forward with my companies because one. It's good to have something going for yourself. So that's really what I'm trying to do.
Okay. That's cool, man. I'm really proud of you, Eric. That's actually really interesting. Like, I'm trying to get a side hustle going. Dude, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I mean, this is... It's working, but it takes a while.
No, I get it. Everything takes time, man. I'm actually very proud of you to have all this going on for yourself. Because really, I was like, cool. You know, like I don't see this every day. Yeah. So, like, for you to pursue something that you enjoy... And just having fun with the people. Hey, I seen the last podcast. Hey, she was a looker, Brian. Yeah, you know.
She's married, buddy. She's married.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
She's cool. She's cool though. She's really popular. Yeah. No, dude, and it took a lot of work for this, but it's still growing. It's still processing. I'm still moving up and stuff. Yeah. It's really interesting. The other thing is, Eric, is that so now you do mobile detailing, and so you got your personal job and you cut hair. You know what's interesting about that one though, Eric? What threw me off? I have friends that cut hair, and in the very beginning, they pursued it and they wanted to do it like all the time. I love it. And then I don't know what happened, but over time, one of them just got burned out from it, and then the other one got burned out from it. And I was like, what in the world? Because I asked one of them, I was like, hey, dude, do you still cut hair? Because at the time he was really into it, but I was like, yeah, not no more, or not as much. I was like, what? Yeah, just not for me. Just kind of burned out.
Yeah.
Because of course you won't be burned out because you don't do it all the time. But that dude, he did it just consistently, and then he just kind of stopped. I was like, wow. Now the other guy, he's a bodybuilder, and I'm gonna try to get him on here this summer. And same thing. He just back at the time pictures, barber life, and then I don't know what happened. And I asked him, I was like, how's your barber thing going? He's like, it's all right. I was like, because I was gonna invite him because I haven't had a barber on here yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was gonna invite him, but he was like, yeah, I just don't want to do barber for the rest of my life. I was like, really? Because at the time I I was just kind of shocked. I was like, really?
I could understand honestly because one like for me it was easy to get the hours, but to be having a good school teach you the right things and actually work with you on it, like the school I went to, it was cool and all, but I only went like twice a week, and that school they already had like students doing the work Monday through Friday, and I show up on a Thursday and a Friday, and everybody's trying to take their exams on the day I show up, you know, and so I'm like, y'all are doing this, but I'm trying to play catch up. So I feel like I didn't get a good education when it came down to my barber. So that's why I feel like I didn't get enough that, and me getting married and just getting a divorce. So like it was a lot of stress. It was a lot of ups and downs. It put me away from like not trying to get it, you know. But I feel like right now with the friends that I do cut hair, you know, I'm very appreciative, you know. So it's not like they gave me a lot of money. Some of them might just do it for free just because it's simple hair.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have the tools with me, I'll use it. You know, I'm always just trying to spend time outside at home, just stay busy. You know, because one, I like to stay busy, even if it's not beneficial to me. I like to just stay busy outside of work.
Okay, that's good, Eric. Just keep it up, because you're trying to build and grow. I'm trying to build and grow
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Eric. So now we got that out of the way. Your business, you know, the music. So let's get into this one, since you know a little bit more. We're gonna go into the conspiracy theories kind of thing. So I usually bring Noah on. I'm gonna invite him here in a couple weeks, and you know, we talk a lot about conspiracies and
Yeah.
urban legends and ghost stories. And I don't know if you've ever seen those episodes.
Yeah,
We do-
I have.
We do evidence with those, and he's really big on that. Now, the other guy, Javier Zamora, who you met last night, he's the same way. He's the same thing. He
Yeah.
knows a lot. He knows. One time I brought them both at the same time, and
Yeah.
they knew a lot. They both knew the same thing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting.
Yeah,
So-
I would like to do a sit down with those guys too, because one yesterday when we were talking with the guys yesterday, it was good to know like the moon landing. You know, like we were just like. It's hard for me to believe that we landed on the moon, and y'all could laugh at me about it, but like, come on, bro! Like, it's like you taking a metal, going into space, and the technology. I don't know. It's just some of it don't make sense to me. Some of them make sense. TikTok be too much fake news on there, but it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. Whenever you be watching scrolling through TikTok, so it's just I'll be watching a lot of videos on there. I like watching ghost stories. A lot of yeah, I know you don't.
On TikTok, I was like, "There's just ghost stories." I was like, "Nope,
Yeah.
send them here. You watch them. I'm not watching them."
And I watch it. I'm like, Brian, there's nothing happened.
I don't like ghost stories, man. I don't like the ghost stuff where it's like watch this video and it's like you're just here and then you just see like something move, like the mic will move by itself, and it's like that's creepy. And then or another one you'll see. There was one I saw where this dude had a camera and he was recording, and he was recording through a TV.
Yeah.
And you just see like a black figure getting close to the TV, and they just heard a black. And the dude got scared. And I was like, dude, that is creepy.
Dude, okay, I do got a ghost story for you, because I remember, okay, when I was when my mom had a 2-story house, we had barely moved into the house, and the house, like when you're by yourself in a house, you know, and nobody's around, you know, it's eerie quietness, you know, you're not even playing no music. Let's just say you just woke up and you don't hear no music. Everybody's left the house in the morning or late at night. Nobody's even home yet. I remember one time, and I feel like there was spirits in that house, like I wouldn't say bad spirits, because I don't feel like I was getting attacked, but I feel like I did see a shadow go across, like when I'm upstairs and I see a shadow just jump from the second floor down to the downstairs living room or whatever, you know, because I remember like there were some noises that you can't really know what it is. You just hear the banging or the ticking and stuff. And I told my mom, like, I saw something, you know, like I feel like I seen something. And my mom tells me the same thing. I see a shadow go by. I'm like, oh well. It's just a shadow. I don't really push it, because one, I do believe if you start messing with it, that you don't know, then you're just inviting it into your home. And I don't mess with that. I do like watching it, but this if it's evil spirits, you're just bringing that into your home. And so
That's
so
true. That is true.
if you really watch it, you're inviting them into your
Yeah.
home. It's like, and even though I be watching videos, bro, I try to make sure it's not my house. I'm okay watching it somewhere else. Like let's just keep the spirits away from my house.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's scary. I don't know, dude.
yeah.
So now here's what you were telling me about, Eric, that threw me off. We went to the museum and we saw statues. And what you told me, when I didn't think about it, and I didn't even know, is that they chop off the noses on the statues.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was a thing. So can you tell me about that, actually?
Yeah. Well, I don't know a lot about it. I be watching a lot of videos, like I said, TikTok, YouTube. I be watching a lot of YouTube and some Joe Rogan shows, and they do talk about it. But like a lot of the male statues, like if you like the Great Sphinx of Giza, for example, the entire nose is completely gone, right?
Yeah.
Well, so from what I heard is that that's all vandalism that was done back in the day. Like there's a reason why all the noses on the male statues are gone, because one, either they don't want to be reincarnated so they won't breathe. If you take, like, their mouth is already sealed, it's shut. You don't see any statues with their mouth going, just attacking, because the one, either they're gonna have to break the mouth too, so they won't breathe, and the nose. So it makes sense like they vandalize the noses so they could stop them from passing through or coming over to the next life or something. But that's just something I seen. I don't know if it's true or not. It's good to know. I'm like, oh well, it kind of makes sense. And then example, the Great Sphinx, the Sphinx that I told you in Giza or whatever. I heard supposedly that they did sacrifices on top of the head too, and you could literally. They said that there's like right in the front of the head of the face, like there's like a puddle of blood, and it's old blood, So like they think that there's sacrifices done on top of the head during that time. So who knows? I really don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's scary and creepy. But like the ones, so we saw the one in India, right? So there's but is just the nose and that's it, or is there others that just to not reincarnate?
I'm not really sure, but I know that that's the majority of the story that I've from what I've read or seen on videos and stuff. But I did hear about that. That's what I know.
Okay, so that's why they chop them off.
Yeah.
And that just the nose, but other stuff, right? You think the head too?
Yeah, probably just to get him to not breathe. Like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you cut off the head, they're dead.
Yeah.
So if you see a statue with the head cut off or just the nose and their mouth like destroyed, that's a sign maybe like they just didn't like that person. They didn't like that person. So I mean, it's good to know. We really don't know our past. Like like we supposedly came from wagons and horses, and now we got cars and planes. So during our history, supposedly we had 6, 7 Earth extinctions, mass extinctions in our entire Earth.
Really?
Supposedly, I mean, I don't know. There is a lot of stuff that I wish I knew. I like looking into history. I'm very big on that. Aliens too. I like they talk about Roswell, like that was a conspiracy, and then I don't know. There's a lot of crazy things going on now. That like at this times, like they already started coming out with UAPs. You know what that is, right? It's unidentified aerial phenomena or something, or UAPs submerged underwater submerged vehicles or whatever. I don't know. I forgot. I can't remember how it was, but those are the terms that they're using now. Instead of saying UFO, they don't know what it is. Unidentified flying object, submerged object. So it makes sense the way they're saying it, the way they're using words to identify things. So that's interesting.
Do you know any other like conspiracies that you're kind of strong on that you believe, or anything like?
Giants are real.
Okay.
Giants are real. Dragons are real. I truly believe giants and dragons are real.
I think they are real. There's actually proof of them. Skeletons.
Yeah, but
Like
but if you really look at it, there's if you go to museums, you don't see giants.
No, you don't.
They hide them. Why do they hide them if it's real? You know, it says in the Bible it's real.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, people want to stay away from the Bible, but you need Jesus Christ in your life, and that's what they say. And people want to believe that. Cool. If you don't, it's your decision. He made it. He gave you a choice, and I truly believe that.
But what makes you think that giants were real though? Like, what other things that kind of, what kind of things that kind of back up that theory though?
It's man.
Because I know there's actually like
Yeah,
proof of him. But
yeah.
like,
There's proof. I mean, like example, if anybody that's 7 foot or higher, they're considered giants to us. You know, like I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7". If I see somebody that's 7 feet tall, like, dude, you're a giant. You know, you just look at them. The genetics are there. And it goes from time and time. And you see, like, the Big Show, dude, he's huge. You know, Andre the Giant, examples, those are wrestlers that were giants. The Great Khali, that new wrestler, Otis, I think that's his name. And then, like, I don't really pay attention to WWE that much these days, but like I do know what I do watch every now and then, and from what I've seen, those are giants. Those guys are giants. So it's true that we do have that, but supposedly that there's giants like miles long that we haven't seen before. You know, from what I've seen on the conspiracy theories about the whole thing about giant trees, you know, all those trees are either mountains sometimes. Some of them are like that. So I really don't know much. I'm not really sure because one, I don't travel, man. I'm too broke. But I would like to travel and see those places if it's true. I want to know more about that. What sucks is that they destroyed a monument that supposedly it's like the Stonehenge, I think. Like they had that thing that ring, or there was a statue, or there's a stone tablets, and it said 8 different types of languages to say how to save the world, and they destroyed it in 2023 or sometime around that time frame, like recently. So and supposedly like there was like a hole that just shoots straight through the thing, like through the it's a marble, I guess, tablet that was showing through it. But if you look through it, you can see a one of the stars, and it never moves, no matter what time of day. It's like saying like you're looking at the North Star. You can see through that little hole, and the star will always be there. So it's proven that the Earth, supposedly, this is why people think the Earth is flat, or they think a lot of people believe it's flat. A lot of people believe it's round, like a great sphere. Bro, I've never traveled past the United States, so I wouldn't know. I can't say that I do know if it's true or not. Maybe technology that we have right now, yeah, it's advanced, but unless I've seen it with my own eyes, then cool, I'll believe it. But there's gotta be a lot of faith in things to believe, and there's gotta be some truth to it too.
Yeah.
So people don't just blindly believe. Just study, learn it. If you want, if you know, you know.
What makes you think? What makes you think dragons are real though?
Man, you don't see the lizards? Those are real. Those are descendants of dragons. We like, okay, for example, the Chinese zodiac signs.
Oh, that's right.
They have
They have all of them.
they're not spiritual animals. They're all real animals. And one of the spiritual animals that's on there, or whatever, the
Yeah, the monkey.
on the calendar,
Yeah.
they have a dragon.
That's right.
So it's obviously real. Like it's there because it's in every ancient culture they talk about dragons. And if you really like dig deep into it, and that's some of the stuff that I like learning about. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what, because like I know like the Aerodactyl, they're all like, oh, it's an Aerodactyl, a dinosaur, but what they were saying like that's the dragon or the dinosaurs.
People,
Those were probably dragons instead of
Yeah.
rooster things.
I don't know. People think that the T-Rex had wings, and it makes sense too the way they're talking about it too. I don't know if you heard about it, but like they think that the reason why they had small arms is because one, they had wings. They didn't have like muscles, or not muscles, bones through the thing. It was all veins and muscle. You know, I guess like an ostrich.
Yeah.
Like they compare it to an ostrich because they have arms. They have Wings. Ostriches have
Yeah,
wings.
wings have wings. I didn't know that.
That's their arms. Like, so that's why they think that the T-Rex had feathers. They think that T-Rexes had dinosaurs had feathers. So I thought that was cool.
So it would make sense why it possibly flew, kind of like it could have levitated. Or
Possibly.
like a rooster, or because you can throw them and they just kind of flap their wings. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that the dinosaur can do it too.
Yeah.
So that would confuse it with the dragon.
Yeah.
Now I wonder what kind of dragon, because you have your like snake dragon, you know what I'm saying, that does that.
Yeah.
And then you got your the knights that have to take down the
Yeah.
dragon.
Like is that like the you're the dragon? Whenever that big snake one, that's good to know. Like, I think those are really cool and interesting things that I would like to know more about. So it's good learning.
Do you have another spirit that you want to know? One more?
And I truly believe that The Fourth Kind is a good movie.
Oh, okay. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good
that
movie.
doesn't exist or it's not real, but can be.
Hey, bro, it's a fake video on top of a fake video. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Do you really think it was real?
I thought it was real the whole time, bro.
No, look it up. Everything from The Fourth Kind, because like they would talk about it. It's not real, but I mean it can happen. But the actual footages that they show is not actually like actual footage. It's actually like made up footage.
Bro, I thought it was real the whole time.
No, it was never real. Yeah. No, here's the thing. They would never, the government would never share information like that to the public. Like that, you know what I'm saying? They would never. Now, it can happen, though.
I believe they would. I don't think they wouldn't. Like, I think they slowly tell us things that's real and what's not real. And they just, like, trying to make it fake,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of truth to movies that they tell these days. And they tell us slowly. Mm-hmm. That's how they're doing it. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. So The Fourth Kind doesn't exist, Eric. None of those paranormal movies actually exist. Now, I'm not going to discredit it because it can actually happen.
True.
And but it would never, like, you can record it, but if the government catches it, they'll delete it. Like, they'll somehow delete it or something. But I'm just saying it can. I do believe in stuff like that can actually happen. I just don't believe the government would let the public know about it. You know what I'm saying? I highly doubt the public. I highly doubt, like, our superiors would be like, oh, no. They would never like, oh, here, look, show everybody. No, I highly doubt that. Like the mermaids and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? But they are good movies.
Yeah, they are good movies. I watched a couple good alien movies, and I never really could watch Alien versus Predator. Those are good movies. I watched a couple movies, but I could never watch them. I don't know why. It's just like it's scary, or it's just never really caught my interest. But I have watched a couple of the movies, so I can't say it's not a bad movie because I seen. I don't know that guy that man. I don't know what movie it was in Alien vs Predator, but like it's that guy that played in King Kong or Hong Kong or something like that. I think it's King Kong.
Yeah. What about it though?
He played in the movie in Alien vs Predator. I forgot. I forgot it. I forgot his name, bro. But he was a good actor. I like him. He was a very good actor on that. And I remember that they got dropped off from the air in space, and they had to. They were like he got abducted. I guess they chose the best warriors in the entire universe or entire planet or whatever, and they dropped them off on a world for them to all fight each other. And so I thought that was really cool because they dropped them off in the air. It's like they just toss him out of a plane or something, and he just falling and dying, and people they didn't bother to open their parachute or something, and some people like literally died just hitting the floor.
You're talking about a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie
about like they go to the future.
No, they don't go to the future. It's I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's an Alien versus Predator movie.
Oh, it's that. Okay, I thought you were talking about a different movie.
No. It was Alien versus Predator.
Because there's a movie where there's a scene just like that where they open a portal and they messed it up and people started falling and falling on. It's in the future. There's a lot of alien movies. Falling Skies. I think that one's a good show too. So I watched that. What was another one? Was it where they like crop circles and Scary Movie 3?
Oh, Signs, dude. That one, I love that movie. That's a good movie.
See, but Scary Movie is better.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 3 is better. I'm just joking.
They're pretty good movies.
All right, Eric. We're gonna wrap things up, Eric.
All right.
Hey, you got anything to say to your people and all that?
Hey, everybody, check out my cousin. Follow his page. What was the B Rice Show? Yeah, I'm his #1 fan, guys. So, yeah. And I want to say happy birthday to my mom. Her birthday was just this past on the 12th. So happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
All right, guys. We're gonna go out and have fun. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you guys next time. We'll see you later, boys. We're out of here. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.